Hi you guys, it's Lynnea for ThermOWeb, and today I'm creating some quick school Valentines, and I'm kind of going back to a product that was released a little while ago. It's the Deco Foil Transfer Sheets, and they just released 6 new colors, but I'm going to go back and use the 6 original colors just because I love that primary color scheme, and it really fits with my card design for today. So I'm starting with some cardstock and some 6x6 iCraft Easy Cut adhesive sheets. When I use the flock transfer sheets, I like to transfer it onto cardstock first. You can use it directly from the package, but I find that when I transfer it to cardstock first, it just gives me a little bit more stability and it doesn't shed off at all once I transfer it to the cardstock. So I put that Easy Cut adhesive sheet on a piece of cardstock. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches, a regular A2 size. And then I'm going to remove the adhesive backing and add the flock into the adhesive. Now when you do this, you want to go adhesive side down into the flock. I'm showing you one more time here. So it's the sticky side into the pretty side of the flock. And I'm going to do this with all 6 colors of the flock transfer sheets. The Think Pink, Orange Glow, Sunshine Yellow, Green Envy, Blue Diamond, and the Purple Punch. And then I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine just like you would if you were cutting a die, except there's nothing there. It's just the using the pressure of the die cutting machine to really push that flock into the cardstock. Now usually I would use thick and heavyweight cardstock, but I just use 65-pound cardstock. It's what I had readily available, and you can really use any cardstock that you want to transfer this flock onto. Once I had all 6 of my cardstocks covered with the 6 colors of the flock, I'm going to give it a little extra texture and dimension. I'm using an embossing folder from Tailored Expressions. It's the cross stitch embossing folder, and I'm just going to run that through my die cutting machine and check this out. So now there's that fuzzy texture from the flock, and it also has this embossed cross stitch pattern on it. It's so cool. Now this step you could definitely skip. This is supposed to be a quick and easy Valentine, and I decided just to kind of step this up a little bit and add a little more dimension by adding some distress ink. So I'm just going to blend on some ink over top of each of these embossed backgrounds. And I'm going to choose a color that's slightly darker than the flock transfer sheet that I embossed on. So I'm using my distress inks and an ink blending tool and just kind of going around the outside edge. And you're going to see that this helps those X's that are in the background just pop up a little bit more. Now for this yellow, I started here with the mustard seed distress ink, and I'm actually going to end up going back in with a fossilized amber color. It's slightly darker. Some of the colors I thought were just too close to the color of the flock, so I went back in and kind of changed that up a little bit. And here you can see the dimension and the texture of the flock mixed with the embossing folder, mixed with the distress ink on top. And again, if you wanted to make these Valentines even quicker to make, you could skip any one of those steps. You don't have to do the embossing folder, and you don't have to add the inking over top. So the reason I went with those 6 primary colors of the flock transfer sheets was because I wanted to use this Lawn Fawn Color My World stamp set. I love this little crayon. I pull it out all the time for Valentine's. My son is 4 this year, so he just loves this little crayon. He loves to color it, and I think it's super cute for school-themed Valentines. So I stamped this in a little pattern with the sentiment right in the middle, and then I'm going to go ahead and color this in. Now I encourage you to choose any coloring medium that you are familiar with and that will be quick for you. For me, that usually comes down to either alcohol markers or watercolors. And for these little crayons, I decided to use my Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers because I could just pick out one marker color that was close to the Deco Foil Flock Transfer Sheet color and quickly add some coloring to these little crayons. I'm only going to show you this one crayon, and then I think I show it again in a little bit just so you can see how easy it is for me to color these in. And I kind of got into a rhythm once I started coloring these. I would add all of my shading to all 3 of the crayons and then go back in and color in the blended out with the lighter color for all 3 of the crayons all at once, and that made everything go by so quickly. But really, you can use any coloring medium that you want, and you don't even have to do all 3 of these crayons. I just thought that it created a cute little pattern to have one little crayon on top with the sentiment in the middle, and then 2 of them below and kind of facing those crayons the different directions, left and right. I'm on my last one here, so I'm just going to finish coloring in all this blending here, and then I'm going to just flip through and you can see all the different colors and how they go with the flock transfer sheets. Some of them, like this pink, it's not exact. The color is a little bit too purpley, but for the most part, I'm really happy with how these little crayons match the background. Now again, these are quick Valentines, but I always like to create clean and simple, quick cards, but kind of add little things here and there that are going to catch your eye. So I've already added the texture of the embossing folder and then the dimension of the ink blending, and I wanted to add some sparkle and some shine because it's not really one of my cards if it doesn't sparkle and shine. So I'm going to take some 1/4-inch terrific tape, and I'm just going to outline the edge of a piece of cardstock that is a little bit bigger than the cardstock I did my stamping and coloring on. And then I can just take pieces of foil, lay this down on top, and transfer some coordinating colors of foil onto just the edges of this cardstock. This is a little trick that I do when I only want just the edges of a piece of cardstock covered in foil. You could definitely use the iCraft Easy Cut adhesive sheets and fully cover this background piece in foil, but to me that's a waste of the Deco Foil Transfer Sheets, and I like to conserve mine because I conserve all the pretty things. So I ended up using, in Deco Foil Transfer Sheets, I used purple, deep blue, spring green, and gold. And then I found some Gina K Designs fancy foils that I thought matched for the pink and the orange. So I used Passionate Pink and Sweet Mango. I'm just going to use some iCraft Ultra Bond liquid adhesive now to kind of adhere all my cards together. And I use this adhesive because once it dries, it's going to hold tight. However, it does give me a minute or two to work and wiggle things around. Like for this first one here, I had a little bit of difficulty lining this up in the center. But again, once I glued down the second one and then the third and the fourth, I got in a rhythm and I was able to quickly figure out right where the center of this card was. I use that liquid glue for everything because it holds on so strong and so tight. So here I am just gluing together the last of my 6 rainbow quick school Valentine cards. I'm going to flip through all of them here so that you can see all the colors. I really hope that you've enjoyed this project and that this inspires you to create some quick Valentines for school using the Deco Foil Flock Transfer Sheets as well as some Deco Foil Transfer Sheets for foiling and shimmer and shine. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you soon. Bye!